I need this message to go out to our vice president who's running for president. I have heard all over social media about, excuse me if I say anything wrong, immigrants getting loans, money. It was hard for me to believe. It was just extremely hard for me to believe. I've been in business such a long time. Back in 2019, I purchased my first food truck. It cost me over $25,000. I paid it cash money. I worked hard to pay for this truck. I'm now selling it because I'm doing other things, but I'm selling it. I had a guy come to look at purchasing my vehicle, or my food truck, and he explained to me he's an illegal immigrant. He has no credit. He has no money in the bank. But he showed me his paperwork that he will receive funds to purchase my food truck. I'm thankful that he's buying it, but I'm hurt that I worked so hard to pay cash for my food truck. I have good credit, can't even get a business loan because of the color of my skin. I have veterans in my family. I'm a veteran. I've been self-employed for so long. But somebody, please tell me, how do I work so hard to have somebody who comes to this country, not long, no credit, and he shows me paperwork where they'll be funding him money to buy my food truck. And when I talked to the bank, they told me usually they have to go straight to a dealership because I'm a private sale. But for special circumstances, they're going to, they allow it. But I need my president to tell me why I worked so hard all these years, all these decades. Couldn't get a business loan, but I bust my ass to get the money to create my business. And we got immigrants coming here. And they're getting money. Money! We're doing nothing but just being here. It's not right, and I want answers.
Well, after hearing this woman's story, I really do feel bad for her. She worked so hard, and now someone who seemingly hasn't worked as hard gets to live the same life she worked so hard for. Or at least that's what I got from the story. And it seems like the main drive of this is political. So yeah, she makes a good point. But anyway, who are you guys voting for and why?
Allow me to fill you in on the absolute drama that is unfolding in my neighborhood. We've lived here for over a year. And when we moved in, we took on the responsibility of illegally feeding the neighborhood cats. What are you going to do? The cat shows up at your door. They're hungry. What am I going to say? No, I don't want to get a fine. Sorry, you're hungry. No. There's a ton of cats. They come and go. We get attached to a few of them. One in particular told me his name was Blakely. Okay? He's a gray cat. Love him to death. He shows up consistently. He hangs out on the porch with me. He's a cute guy. He's fun. All right? At one point, Blakely finishes eating. He walks down the steps to leave. Another cat attacks him, but they break up pretty quickly. The other guy's hungry. I feed the other guy. Listen, there's plenty for everybody. All right? May not know how I'm going to pay my bills, but I'm certainly going to buy the cat's food. I don't know, because don't ask me about my priorities. I don't know, a week later, Blakely shows up one night with a girl. With a girlfriend, right? He brings the girlfriend home to meet the parents. He's trying to get her to come up on the porch. She doesn't trust me. I understand, right? I don't like strangers either. Blakely eats. He's crying at her to come up on the porch. She won't do it. She's hiding under her car. She's peeking out. And he goes to lay next to the car. He talks to her for a while. She's clearly not going to come out. So he finally leaves. Goes towards the dumpsters. Has to find himself dessert. I don't know. She comes out. As soon as he leaves, she comes out. So she comes up on the porch and she eats, right? And while she's eating, she hears Blakely crying and coming back up. And she's like, I'm out of here. And I'm like, she just ate and ran. She did a dine and dash. She didn't want none of that. I don't blame her either. I don't blame her. She didn't want nothing to do with him. She was like, I'm here for the food. I want a free meal and I'm going home. You gotta do what you gotta do in these streets out here. I get it, right? And as much as I love Blakely, he's still a boy. All right? So she runs. Blakely comes back. He's looking for her. I don't know what happens, right? I go to bed. And I come out another night. Blakely eats. He goes to leave. And this other big, old, fluffy who I call the big bad bully, he comes along, jumps out of the bushes, and ambushes Blakely, okay? They're rolling through the parking lot like a cartoon animation, like a wheel, just one on top of the other. And they're screaming. Both of them are just screaming. And I'm yelling at them. I'm out here at 3 o'clock in the goddamn morning with no shoes in the parking lot, talking to some feral cats. Like, just the whitest I've ever done, okay? Just the whitest. It could have, the only thing that would have made it whiter was if I tried to get between these two cats, right? But I'm like, what am I gonna do? You know, so I yell at them. They're unfazed. They're cats. They don't give a about me, okay? Keep fighting. They're chasing each other, and I can hear them down the block, right? They're screaming. Blakely doesn't show up for a while. And now I'm mad because I know that the bully hurt him. I still feed the bully because I'm an idiot, all right? There's really no other excuse. So anyways, Blakely eventually shows back up. He's got a hurt foot. I'm upset about it. He's limping around. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Meanwhile, the girlfriend continues to show up, but not with Blakely. I know. I don't really blame her. Sometimes she'll show up when he's around, but he's being pushy. Like, he's being pushy about it. You know, like he's in her face. Like, she's trying to eat. Dude, he already told you no. She doesn't feel like it. Leave her alone. Meanwhile, the bully's still hanging around. I end up out here one night at 4 o'clock in the morning, standing between the two cats while Blakely eats and yelling at this other cat to leave him alone. Once again, if there's not a video out there somewhere on TikTok of my white standing out here talking to some feral cats at 4 o'clock in the morning, I would be appalled. Blakely gets away. The other guy, I feed the other guy. I don't want him to bully Blake. There's enough food for everybody, so I feed him. Then, this is where it gets juicy. The girlfriend shows up one day. And now, feral cats are pretty, like, muscular and thin most of the time. Unless they're an escaped house cat. So I'm always looking for the pouch to see if I should post it on Facebook or something. She's pregnant. This girl is pregnant. She shows up and I'm like, girl, I thought you didn't want none of that. And I don't want to make assumptions. Maybe it wasn't Blakely. There's a lot of feral cats around. Maybe it wasn't Blakely. But now she's hanging out with the bully. She's hanging out with Blakely. And she's hanging out with some other boy. All right? Some random boy I've never seen before in my life. Now she's bringing guys home. So now, for a while, I was trying to protect her. I was trying to keep the other cats, like, away from her. Because the guys, you know, like, have been aggressive. And I'm like, maybe they're going to hurt her. And they're all, like, whining and like, they want to do it. Like, girl, like, she's pregnant. Like, leave her alone. Leave her alone. So, anyways, I've been trying to, like, protect her or whatever. And the other day, I didn't catch it. And one of the guys, like, approached the food bowl while she was still eating, right? And she turns around and hisses in this face and slaps him. She just slaps him in the face. All the little boys that have been hanging around the porch all wait for her to be done eating and drinking her little water. And then she sits down and then they're allowed to eat. She's the queen of my porch. She didn't even pay rent. She has more of a say in what's going on than I do. The question is now, whose babies are this? When they pop out, are they going to be big and fluffy like the bully? Are they going to be gray like Blakely? Or are they going to be white like Mr. Goddamn Random Ass Rogers? I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be like Jerry Springer, Maury, who's the daddy? Be running DNA tests up in this lie detector test. Take your votes. Once you take your votes in the comments right now. Okay, we got Mr. Random Ass Rogers, we got Mr. Fluffy Big Back Bully, and we got Blakely. 2 separate words. Blake Lee. That's about as exciting as my life gets, you know?
I am so here for this cat drama. This is so entertaining to me. I love how she really just watches these cats and marry their life like it's some sort of drama show. This is really entertaining to me. And I also love how self-aware she is. When she does something she probably shouldn't, she admits it. She's like, I'm an idiot. You go, girl. But oh my gosh, who do we all think the daddy is? I think I'm gonna go with Mr. Bossy Fluffy.
Hello everyone. I normally don't make any videos on TikTok, but I wanted to do this. And please share with all the girls out there. I received a package today here at my store. It had my name on it, had this little ring. Apparently a lot of women are receiving this. It's a pretty cheap ring. It's cute, but pretty cheap ring. It had all these cards in it. Right here. This other one. And here is where it came from. I'm covering there my information. It has this black card on there. For obvious reasons, I'm not turning the card around because it has a QR code. I called my bank to make sure that these scammers did not charge anything on my card. They didn't, but the bank did say that what they're doing is they're sending this to many girls, many people. This black card has a QR code at the other side. So what they're doing is once you scan their QR code to find out information about the stone, which is not the information about the stone, what they're doing is they're getting access to your phone, to all the accounts that are linked on your phone. They're wiping out bank accounts, doing whatever they want to do. You give them complete access once you scan that. Do not scan that QR code. Guess you can keep the ring, but do not do that. Do not scan the QR code. Please share this video with everyone that you know. There is people all over the United States that are receiving this. Mine came from Texas. Apparently, some other people are receiving it from New York, different states in the United States. Please be alert out there.
Thank goodness that this woman was so diligent and called her bank, because I did not know about this. This is the first I'm hearing about this. So yes, let's all make sure to not scan those QR codes. But I guess on the bright side, if you don't scan the QR codes, you get a free ring, which I guess is cool. I don't know. But overall, obviously, it's very sad that people are scamming in new ways, trying to just ruin people's lives. What is their issue?